Stop waking up weak. 10 Stoic habits to fix your life. Every morning, you wake up with a choice. You can rise with purpose, or you can drift back into comfort. Most people don't fail because they're weak. They fail because they wake up without intention. And that's dangerous. Because how you start your morning is how you train your mind to live your life. The Stoics understood this deeply. Men like Marcus Aurelius and Seneca didn't just talk about discipline. They lived it, every single morning. So if you're tired of waking up weak, here are 10 Stoic habits that will rebuild your mind, your discipline, and your life. 1. Own the morning or lose the day. When you arise in the morning, think of what a privilege it is to be alive. That's not motivation. That's a command. From Marcus Aurelius himself. Most people wake up complaining. They check their phones. They scroll through other people's lives before even stepping into their own. That's how weakness starts. Not in the gym, not in your bank account, but in your first thoughts of the day. A Stoic doesn't wake up reacting. He wakes up commanding his mind. Before anything else, you remind yourself, I am alive. I have another chance. I will not waste it. That single shift turns you from a victim into a leader of your own life. 2. Get up immediately, no negotiation. Let's be honest. That voice telling you to sleep 5 more minutes, that's not comfort. That's weakness negotiating. And the longer you listen, the stronger it becomes. The Stoics believed in discipline over feelings. Epictetus taught that you don't control what happens to you, but you always control how you respond. So when your alarm goes off, that's your first test of the day. Do you obey your purpose or your comfort? Because if you lose that first battle, you've already trained your mind to lose the rest. Get up immediately. No debate. No delay. No excuses. That's how discipline is built. 3. Embrace discomfort early. Cold water. Silence. Stillness. Effort. Most people avoid these things. A Stoic runs toward them. Why? Because comfort makes you soft, but discomfort sharpens you. Seneca once practiced living in poverty. On purpose. Not because he had to, but because he wanted to prove something to himself. I can survive without comfort. That's power. So in your morning, take a cold shower. Sit in silence. Do something hard on purpose. Because when you start your day with discomfort, everything else feels easier. 4. Control your mind before the world does. The world is loud. Notifications, messages, opinions, noise. And if you're not careful, your mind becomes a battlefield you've already lost. A Stoic protects his mind like a fortress. Before you open your phone, before you check anything, you check yourself. You sit. You breathe. You think, what kind of man do I need to be today? Not what the world wants. Not what people expect. But what you demand from yourself. That's how you take control. 5. Visualize the struggle, not just success. Most people dream about winning. Stoics prepare for suffering. That's the difference. Epictetus warned that life will test you. People will disrespect you. Things will go wrong. So in the morning, you don't just imagine success. You imagine the stress, the obstacles, the setbacks. And then you ask yourself, will I break or will I stand? This practice is called negative visualization, and it makes you mentally unshakable. Because when the hard moments come, you've already faced them in your mind. 6. Set one non-negotiable task. Most people start their day with a long to-do list and end it with nothing done. A Stoic focuses on one mission, one task that must be completed, no matter what. Because discipline isn't built by doing everything. It's built by finishing something. So ask yourself every morning, what is the one thing I must do today to move my life forward? Then do it. No matter how you feel. 7. Practice gratitude like a warrior. Gratitude isn't soft. It's not weakness. It's not pretending life is perfect. It's power. Because when you're grateful, you stop moving like someone who is lacking, and you start moving like someone who already has something to protect. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself daily, "Do not indulge in dreams of having what you have not, but reckon up the chief of the blessings you do possess." That's discipline of the mind. Every morning, before you chase anything, pause and recognize you're alive. You have time. You have a chance. That alone puts you ahead of millions. Gratitude doesn't make you complacent. It makes you focused. Because now you're not chasing from desperation. You're building from purpose. 8. Write your thoughts. Journal like a Stoic. Your mind is powerful, but it's also dangerous when left unchecked. That's why Stoics wrote everything down. Marcus Aurelius literally wrote to himself every day, what we now know as meditations. Not for fame, not for the world, but for clarity. Because when you write, you confront your thoughts. You expose your excuses. You organize your mind. So every morning, take a few minutes and ask yourself, what am I avoiding? Where am I being weak? What must I do today, no matter what? Be honest. Because you can lie to the world. But if you lie to yourself, you stay stuck. 9. Remember your purpose. A man without purpose is controlled by everything. People, emotions, distractions. But a man with purpose? He moves differently. He doesn't wake up asking, what do I feel like doing today? He wakes up knowing, what must be done? Seneca said, if a man knows not to which port he sails, no wind is favorable. That's real. So every morning, remind yourself why you started, who you're becoming, what you refuse to stay as. Because purpose is what turns pain into progress. Without it, you drift. With it, you dominate your direction. 10. Master your impulses early. Your morning sets your standard. If you wake up and instantly check your phone, scroll endlessly, react to everything, you've already lost control. A Stoic doesn't live impulsively. He lives intentionally. Epictetus taught that freedom isn't doing whatever you want. It's controlling what controls you. So delay gratification. Sit in silence a little longer. Hold off on distractions. Train your mind to wait. Because if you can control your impulses in the morning, you can control your life. Finally, every morning, life asks you a question, not with words, but with a feeling. Will you rise with strength, or sink back into comfort? Because weakness doesn't just happen. It's practiced. In the snooze button, in the excuses, in the small decisions no one sees. But strength? That's practice too. In discipline, in awareness, in doing what must be done, especially when you don't feel like it. The Stoics didn't become strong by accident. They became strong because they understood one thing. You don't control the world, but you will always control yourself. So tomorrow morning, when that moment comes, don't hesitate. Don't negotiate. Get up. Take control. And remind yourself, you are not here to be comfortable. You are here to become unbreakable. If this spoke to you, start tomorrow right. One habit at a time. Because every great journey begins with a single step. And this channel is here to guide you every step of the way. Subscribe now and join us daily as we strengthen your mind and build your Stoic path one day at a time.